Good morning. It's Thursday, September 5th. Today we have news on the AP tests, bus changes, and more here on MCHSLive.com News. If you ride the bus in the afternoon and if you need a transportation change, you need to send in a written note signed by a parent or guardian to the transportation change form. The transportation form needs to be turned in before 2 o'clock so the school can have a record of the change. The Lady Dogs volleyball team continues their season today with 2 non-region opponents as they play host to Oconee County and George Walton Academy. The Lady Dogs are undefeated against Oconee on the season as they've already met on 2 previous occasions. The matches will start at 5 and will mark the return of Coach O since the birth of a child. Now let's take a look at the weather and get today's Knowledge is Power question.
Good morning from the MCHS Weather Center. Today will be partly cloudy with a high of 98. Winds are from the northwest at 5 miles an hour. Sunset is at 7:55 p.m. Hurricane Dorian is skirting the Carolina coast today as a Category 3 hurricane with winds of 140 miles an hour. Athletes, remember to stay hydrated because it's going to be another hot and humid day. Have a great day and go Dogs.
We here at MCHS Live have come up with a new segment called Back in '09, where we discuss important events that happened on that day. So with that being said, back in '09, Denmark celebrated its first National Flag Day in memory of the fallen Danes in international operations since 1948. Flag Day is meant to show patriotism toward your country, so when the next Flag Day comes around, wear it with pride. Attention students, the AP test registration began August 19th. And will end on November 8th. If you do not register by that time, you will not be able to take the AP exam. Go to Morgan County High School's website to get more information on the test. We have more updates on Kevin Hart's Labor Day wreck, where he totaled his muscle car in Calabasas, California. Sources say that he suffered 3 spinal injuries. The surgery was successful, however, it will likely be many months before he makes a full recovery. Hart is partially paralyzed and heavily medicated. Georgia State won over Tennessee on Saturday. Georgia State and its fans were surprised when they beat Tennessee 38-30. Tennessee was upset about the loss, as any team would be, but the loss was evident of the fans in the stands. Many of Tennessee's fans left at halftime to get shade and didn't come back for the second half. Speaking of football, did you hear about Antonio Brown? The Oakland Raiders has fined Antonio over $67,000 for not showing up to training camps, nor doing a walkthrough on August 22nd. Antonio is also upset because the league would not let him wear his Air Advantage helmet that he has wore his entire career. The GM issued to Brown that it's time to be all in or all out. Right now, Microsoft has a new gaming controller for the new console. You'll be able to stream and play games from your phones. Honestly, it looks more like an attachment from your Xbox controller to your phone. This means you can play mobile easier with your Xbox, but the screen size is much smaller than TV or PC. So it's all depending on how people react to it as it gets closer to dropping around 2020. The NBA 2K series is returning, and many fans are anticipating the release of NBA 2K20. The game releases new features into the series, such as the launching of their most expansive soundtrack to date with 50 tracks from artists such as Drake, Meek Mill, Billie Eilish, Post Malone, and the late Nipsey Hussle. Also, we'll see the debut of the 12 WNBA teams in the game. The game will be released Friday and can be purchased in 3 editions. Before we wrap up today's show, here's today's joke of the day. Today's joke is dedicated to the French class. What is a Frenchman's favorite gaming console? Oui. Well, that does it for today's show. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Dogs.